Good evening again, everybody. We're back at Pizza Hut with the Coaches Show on the WQEL Facebook page and Crawford County Now YouTube page. And we'll be talking about the Winford coaching program and football program, and we're going to do that here in just one moment. Our show brought to you in part tonight by Adam Weisner and everybody at Advanced Fiber Technology. Coach Tim Plumley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Matt Studer, Spitzer, Chrysler Dodge, Jeep Ram Kia, just a mile east of the Richland Mall. Rob Lust, Edgefield Animal Clinic, Marion. Matt Ramsey, Sean Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Heinlein, and everybody at Bucyrus Blades, serving worldwide markets since 1951. And Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar at West Warren Street, Bucyrus. Coach Cyle Skidmore joins us right now. And a loss to Colonel Crawford, 49-7. Crawford, according to their head coach, went to the air because of your D line. At least that's what he said in Crawford County Now. He said, in fact, he was trying to be complimentary. He said, your little brother, Skidmore, Keith Cohen, and Blair presented a unique set of problems, and they elected to go to the air a lot more. Your feedback on that?
Yeah, I think our D-line does a good job stopping the run, and they obviously saw that, and they saw, where we were, some spots that we were weak and what we struggled with, and they took advantage of it. That's something that we're going to work on this week and get better at it, because, obviously Seneca East is going to try to throw the ball too a little bit. So we'll be fine. We'll get better. We got some really good kids. We'll work hard, and we'll get things on the right path.
Winford's Cohan Keith scored on a 3-yard touchdown with 2:23 left in the first half. And then turnovers were an issue in this ball game, right?
No, not really. Not at all.
Somehow that was indicated in the press in the Crawford County Now. I don't know where they got that from.
I didn't think it was that, nothing insane. We fumbled the ball, early on, and then after that, I thought we were pretty fine.
All right. Winford's Caden Blair, is that it?
Yep.
And an 84-yard run to the 10-yard line, but then they put the brakes on.
Yeah, they did a good job, playing their end zone defense, and we had a hard time getting in there, and we just couldn't punch it in.
All right, passing 3 of 13 for 66 yards. We're running the ball. You got 176 yards on the ground, so that seemed to be your method of operation last Friday night.
Yeah, I thought we did a decent job, running the ball, and putting our kids in spots to be successful, putting our athletes in an area.
Caden Blair had 104 yards on the ground. Anthony Evans, your sophomore, 79 yards on the ground. And, it speaks well, I guess, of the future, especially your sophomore running back.
Yeah, yep. Both of them are really good. Next year they'll be really good. But we're just focused on, Friday. That's my angle.
All right, well, we're going to get rid of that and go to Friday, and we'll talk about Seneca East here in just a moment. Right now, we've got some players we want to talk to. We've got Ashton Talbert, Mason Shep, Logan Wright, Alex Rex, and TJ Rex. Is that right? Okay, so we've got brothers down there? All right, we'll talk to these young men here in just a moment. Show brought to you in part by Lee Plymel and Brad Seibert at the Plymel Insurance Group in Cyrus and Gallion. Hannah Newton, Wendy's, downtown Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus. Tabitha Smith and everybody at Waycraft Industries. Rod Steiger at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus, Gallion, the host of the show since 1992. And the Burkhardt family at Burkhardt Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer on the Manette Winchester Route. Around the table, we got 5 young men, 4 freshmen and a senior. Ashton Talbert is up first, a freshman. O-line, D-line, and Ashton, how long have you been playing football? You played in the 7th, 8th grade as well? Yeah. So you did play in junior high?
Yeah.
All right. Other sports besides football?
None.
Just football is it. Yep. Coach, should we have this young man doing something in the springtime, track or wrestling? You guys don't have wrestling.
No, we don't. No.
Okay, do you have trackers or something?
Yeah, we'd probably be doing some track or, be in the weight room.
All right. Which would you rather have, Coach? I'm leaving it up to you.
Well, whatever the kid wants.
Well, yeah. If he's not running track.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do. Yep.
Right. So, talk to me a little bit about the O-line. I'm assuming you're playing mostly JVs. All right. Did you get any varsity time at all? Not yet. All right. Talk about what you've learned in the JV program as a freshman. It's going to make you better as a sophomore.
I think it really It helps me do better because I go against dudes my size. It really helps me out, work on techniques and stuff.
Right. So you're getting a lot of coaching from your JV coaches about techniques and stuff? Yep. All right. Somebody appreciate you stopping by. Job well done. Next up is Mason Shep, running back and linebacker, right?
Yep.
And Mason is also a freshman. You played mostly JV?
Yep.
Any varsity at all? None yet. All right. So you dress, right?
Yeah.
If they call your number, you're ready, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about your role as a running back on the JV program. How you do with that?
I'm pretty good starting at tailback.
You started at tailback and you got a few yards.
Oh yeah.
All right. And you know how many yards you have?
No clue.
No clue. Huh? Right. Talk to me a little about the linebacker position. Does the linebacker help you out as a running back, and running back help you out
Yeah,
as a
because
linebacker? Why do they help you out?
you're running the ball, you know what the linebacker is trying to do. You know,
Right.
keys
So you have an idea of what that running back on the other side is going to do, so because you're in this position as well. Right. Goals for the future.
start varsity and win the N10 as a team.
All right. And talk to me a little bit about the sports that you've been playing.
Run track.
All right, very good, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. Next is Logan Wright. Logan is also a running back and linebacker, also a freshman. All JVs,
Yep.
no varsity yet.
That's a kickoff, kick return, but that's it.
That's okay. You got to do the lights, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Talk a little bit about being a running back in the JV program. Are you getting a few carries?
Yep.
And talk to me a little bit about the linebacker position. The same question I asked your buddy Mason. Does linebacker help you out as a running back, and running back help you out as a linebacker?
Yeah, I think
Why?
they go hand in hand.
Okay, and why do they go hand in hand?
If you're running the ball, you already know what the linebacker's going to do.
You've got an idea what he's going to do, and as a linebacker, you probably got to key in on that running back as well, right?
Yep.
All right, buddy, thanks for coming by. Did I ask you about other sports? No, I didn't. What other sports besides?
Might do track, but might just stick with weightlifting.
Okay, weightlifting will be working well. I appreciate you coming by. Alex Rex is also here, a defensive back and wide receiver, also a freshman, and all JVs this year?
Yeah.
And no varsity time at all. You're going to be there on the sideline, though. If they called your number, you're ready, right?
Yep.
All right, talk to me a little bit about being a defensive back. Now, as a defensive back, probably that helps out as much as the running back and linebacker position. As a defensive back and a wide receiver, you got a little bit of an insight as to what your opposition is going to do. Is that true?
Yep.
Talk a little bit about how you do that.
So, like, as a DB, we learn, well, as a receiver, we know all the routes and what they're going to do.
Do you find that the other teams run kind of similar routes as you, or do they just shake it up and change it up just to yank your chain and maybe fool you?
We run mostly the same routes.
Run mostly the same route, so you've got a general idea. Other sports other than football?
Baseball.
Baseball, so you're going to be doing something this spring. And that means you're probably going to be doing some weightlifting in the winter, right?
Yep.
All right, man, thanks for coming by. Your big brother, TJ Rex, O-line, D-line, and he is a little bit bigger than you are. And I'm going to guess you weigh, what, 145?
I'd say about 150.
150? Yeah, right. Yeah. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Yeah. How much?
280.
280. There's nothing wrong with that, pal. Talk to me a little bit about the O-line, D-line this year.
I'd say we have pretty good on both sides. I mean, Crawford complimented us on our D line by taking it to the air, and offensively, we have a really strong line.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about your senior year. You're coming down to the home stretch here, buddy. It won't be too much longer than you're going to be taking that jersey off. Thinking about graduation. You got some other sports to do besides football?
No, I only play football
It's
this year.
football, so you're going to hang it up after this, right? So you got to kind of savor the moment. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. Good luck the rest of the year, okay? Thanks a lot. We're going to be back. We're going to talk to Coach a little bit about the game coming up against Seneca East. Coach, did you listen or hear or read about that game with Seneca East and Mohawk?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the film and stuff. I saw it.
Yeah, but it was an interesting game, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about how you're going to react to their offensive and defensive program. Details come up here in a moment. Show brought to you by Blythe Friedley and Todd McDougall at Friedley and Company Insurance in New Washington. Ted Coder, Monarch Body Shop up in Dutchtown. The Ohio State University at Marion, a Big Ten education close to home. Mike Quinine, Ag Credit, Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead and Marion. Dr. Thomas M. Britton at Clubview Vision Center, Dr. Erica Schieber at Bucyrus Veterinary Service at 222 West Mary Street, and Lou Ann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing, Signs, and they're right across the street from the Marion Depot. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the ball game coming up with Seneca East. You got a pretty good team there, and they won a cliffhanger and kind of a controversial inning, but the bottom line is they even had it on video. There was 1 second left.
Yep. At the end of the day, they won the game. You know, Seneca East is a good team, and Mohawk's a solid team. Two good football programs played each other, and it came down to the last play.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about what you expect out of Seneca East. What to look for.
They're going to do a good job, with their formations and getting the ball to their athletes. Their quarterback does a good job throwing the ball, and he does a good job, getting out of the pocket and taking off.
All right. Keys to success for your team.
Well, I say that, every week.
That's okay. I
Control
want to hear it again.
Control the line of scrimmage, be able to run the ball and control
Your
that
colleagues,
clock.
the other coaches say that a lot too. But,
Yeah.
But in many cases, it's good to have the great skilled people. But if you don't control that line of scrimmage, you're in trouble.
Yep. No, it's extremely important, and that's our goal every week. Be able to do that, and if we can do that, and I would say good things are going to happen to us on Friday.
All right, Coach, it's always a pleasure to have you on board. We'll look forward to your visit again next week. Thank you so much for taking time on your show. And we're going to be back with Buckeye Central coming your way. That comes up in just one moment.